Welcome everyone to the newest edition of One Box Brew. Tonight we have a Waru and Mack deck built out of our one retail booster box. So let's go ahead and look at the hero and then look at the deck list, and I can kind of explain the limitations I had for myself and how I thought about building the deck. I'll say that this deck, out of almost all of them, kind of builds itself, but you still have to make decisions if you're building it out of one box, and you'll see why. So, Waru and Mack is an Ordis hero that says at noon, if you control one or more bureaucrats, bureaucrat is a character type, create an Ordis recruit 1/1/1 soldier token and target expedition. When you play a bureaucrat, you may have it gain a sleep. And a sleep, for those who don't know, or if you're new to the game or need a reminder, is during dusk, ignore its statistics. During rest, it doesn't go to reserve and it loses a sleep. So it's like the bad version of Anchored. So at the end of the day, their terrain stats all say 0, but they stay in the expedition and you don't have to play them again the next day. So Waru and Mack's thing is you play bureaucrats, you put them to sleep so they get their effect. A lot of bureaucrats, like Monolith Legate, have abilities where they happen if your expedition doesn't move during dusk. So them having zeros is fine, because sometimes you don't want your expedition to move, and then like the legate sabotages. Other ones like Thoth make a Ordis recruit when their expedition doesn't move forward. So this is like, it's a weird control-y deck where you're trying to control the pace of the game through things like the council that turns off abilities on his expedition for your opponent. You're trying to play things like Isatok that make it so your opponent can't move on one side, but you can't move on one side either. But if you have characters on that side that have abilities that don't want the expedition to move forward, then like this is okay. It's not really it's not that big of a downside. The thing when you're building this deck out of one box is like, it's pretty simple to build because you just put all the bureaucrats in first. And maybe you won't like all the bureaucrats, but like that's a decision that can come after testing and getting more cards. But when you're just building for one box, you can really just put all the bureaucrats, and then you'll have slots left, and that's when you kind of fill out the rest of the deck. So what I did is I first started with removal or disruption. So Anubis makes each player sacrifice a character. We have a Kelon Burst and a Sticky Note Seals, which I will say that our box in particular didn't have as much Ordis disruption as I think you would like in a Waru and Mack deck. But it has, it has a couple pieces. We have a couple Ordis Spies. We have the Sandman to put one of their things to sleep. It has a little bit. And then we, just to fill out our curve, we put some lower drop things like Ordis Troopers and Ordis Cadets, just to be able to kind of put characters in expeditions. And then finally, just to like finish it up, we had a few slots left and not really anything that I thought was worth putting in. And because the whole idea with the One Box Brew series is trying to make the decks feel as different as possible, we haven't really used the Monolith in any of the Ordis decks yet, which they just give a boost to either a character or a non-token character depending on the rarity. And we're not really a token deck, although we make tokens with our hero ability. This is, I'll be honest, I've played different versions of Waru. They're not my favorite hero to play. This isn't really a play style I gravitate towards. It can feel kind of awkward to play, and it's a little hard to know when to put your bureaucrats to sleep and when not to. So probably gonna misplay a little bit this game because I'm not a practice Waru person, although Waru is the boogeyman hero of the game right now. So if you want to play competitively, I kind of have to recommend it just based on results. But if you aren't super into like a very, very slow play style, this might not be for you, but the game should still be good because the game's good. So I'm excited to give it a try. Hopefully by the end of the 2 or 3 games we play, I will have learned how to play it a little better. So that's the goal tonight. Can I get used to playing a deck that I'm not the biggest fan of? And maybe we'll get a win. But that's enough talking about the deck. Let's get into some games. I've tried playing a Waru and Mac deck before, but it was like a pauper version, which is very different. It's actually, but I just didn't. I still think the pauper version of a deck, especially a deck that's like type based, like you just want to play bureaucrats. I don't, in that regard, I don't think it's that different. Um, See, like, do I play the frog prince and put it to sleep? I don't think so, because it doesn't have an ability that, like, matters. So I think I don't put it to sleep. Okay. So they're gonna... Okay. Hey, this is, like, almost my characterless Yzmir start. I would laugh kind of hard if they were playing that. That was still a fun deck. If you haven't watched that video, it will go up on YouTube next Monday, I think. Hi YouTube. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the games. If you enjoy Waru, can you explain to me why? This isn't like a facetious request. It's I genuinely, I'm always curious why people enjoy like different types of decks. I don't have like a real playstyle preference. Like I'm happy to play things like Waru, but if I have to pick, it's just not like high on my list of things I would pick. But like if everyone picked things that I would rather play and Waru was the only thing left, like I wouldn't complain, I would play. Drawing a card is probably good. There's nothing to sabotage too. They have decent stats. Can't do both. No, we need to keep the frog prince. Alright, we're just not gonna draw a card. It's fine. It's fine. So let's see what they do. We don't want to put the monolith in the same place we put whatever else we're doing. Okay, so we we will play the frog prince here and try to move. We're not gonna put it to sleep. There's just no benefit to, and then we're gonna play the like gate here and we'll let them move here, I guess. Yeah, we'll put the legate here because then we can sabotage the studious disciple. We'll put it to sleep. So they'll move. They'll move both sides actually. Could I have put... I guess we should have played the Ordis cadets. because we would have blocked them then, I guess. Yeah, it's okay. I was worried that they would like play a spell and pump this to a 2/2/2, which is what I would have expected. So I think with the information I had, I made the right play, but in retrospect, it was the wrong move. But you know, I don't know that when I'm playing. Ooh, Robin Hood. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this. It's in the deck because it's a defender, but I actually don't like that card in the deck. I think that like you putting a bureaucrat that has defender to sleep is the opposite of what you want to be doing, because you're already losing. Okay, so we could play Robin Hood here, put it to sleep, and then they, or do this, and then, okay, yeah, we'll play Robin. We're gonna play Robin Hood here. We're gonna put him to sleep. This is the thing everybody hates, just being able to have Robin Hood multiple turns, multiple days in a row. And, of course, like, not, okay, sure. I bet you they thought they could do that on Robin Hood. Not any of the other cards that we could have easily had 3 ofs, but specifically Robin Hood is the one bureaucrat we had 3 ofs. Wow, interesting. They could have played the Baba Yaga and moved, actually. Okay, where are we? So, I feel like we 3-0-3. Yeah, okay, we'll get rid of the Frog Prince. Maybe that's wrong, but we have stats on this side now. And another Robin Hood. Okay, so I think we get rid of, well, they're going first. Well, they can't get rid of that. So I think we get rid of the sticky note seals. Then let's see what they do. They can't get rid of, they can get rid of the Ordis recruit to play the off you go, but like I don't know why you would do that. Like I would wait for us to play something else. Sticky note seals might have been worth keeping, but the Robin Hoods will be gone eventually, or like it will be their turn first eventually, right? When I go to reserve, I have 2 or more boosts. I gain 2 boosts. Sabotage. Okay, so they're gonna try to sabotage us. I go to reserve from the expedition zone if I have 2 or more boosts. Sabotage. Okay, so I actually think we should wait. So they passed. So I actually think we should wait to play Robin Hood. So we could block them here, or we can move. Or no, we should do this. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna put it to sleep because then they'll sabotage this, but I think we get to sabotage them back and we'll still move. Okay. Must select one card to discard. And then, yeah, we'll discard the Ordis Recruit just because it won't sabotage again anyway, and I'd rather have the like lower cost thing to make up the difference. All right, easy choice. I've talked about this before, but like a concept that I really recommend trying to like be okay with when you're building a deck out of one box is when you get to the last few slots in your deck and you're like, there's nothing else I actually want to put in the deck. Be okay with putting in cards that you don't like and just being like, these are mana. Like, if I draw this card, it's automatically mana, and hopefully it's not the only card you're drawing. Like, hopefully it's not a card you need to like win with, but it really shouldn't be a card you need to win with. So yeah, we're gonna play this. Where are we gonna play it? We're gonna play it here. They could have another off you go. We are going to sleep this one because we have a couple options for things we can play. Maybe I should have waited until we had 8 mana to just play both Robin Hoods, but okay, Blade Dancer's a good card. They have a ton of mana too in your other expedition, so they need water, and we need water in. Also, like, I keep this in my hand. But it is more stats. If this doesn't move, we'll sabotage again, so we'll try to make it so that we don't move there, I guess. Like, if they move, maybe it's okay. So they're gonna sabotage here. I don't know why they haven't played the Baba Yaga again, if I'm being honest. Well, they won't move on this side unless they play something. They could, if they play the Baba Yaga, they'll block us at least. Getting rid of the Ordis cadets probably didn't matter. Pass. Okay. They are passing. We're moving twice. Okay. I kind of wish they had tried to stop us on this side so we could have sabotaged. Isatak's pretty good, but it is very expensive. They're going first. Depends on what they do. We might still play Robin Hood first. I think this is our only Isatak. But do we need it? Can we close out the game right now? We could play Robin Hood and Ordis Gatekeeper. That's actually not like that many stats. Although I don't know if they have anything. Maybe we keep Isatak. Yeah, let's keep Isatak in case like this turn goes wrong. We can try something for next turn. I don't think we're gonna put the Robin Hood to sleep though, because it's like we either win now or we can put it to sleep next turn when if we play it from reserve. So they're gonna sabotage. Okay. That's not like the best for us. We really could have used that but they didn't play a character. So we're gonna play this, and we're not gonna put it to sleep. Because we only need to move on one side. They could block us, but it would require... Oh, it would require like a really... Oh, nope. Alright. I mean this in the like most sarcastic way ever. I'm gonna try to lose. You know what's funny? I feel like Kojo and Booda should be good against Waru because going to sleep with this deck would feel so bad. I feel like if I put something to sleep, they're already gonna be at like a huge advantage. So I feel like I have to move. So yeah, I'm not even gonna put it to sleep. I'm just gonna move. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. Hello YouTube, hope you're doing well. Like I said in the deck intro, this is not my favorite deck to play. I feel like we had to move. As much as I would have like been happy to make two Ordis recruits for the next day, like I don't know, that feels kind of rough. So we're going first this time, so we could sabotage and then we can double sabotage. So they're not... Okay, so what if we do this, put it to sleep? I probably should have done that on the other side, actually. What are they gonna do? Okay, so they're just gonna put that in mana, so this one we won't put to sleep, so we'll move. We just have to draw our 3 Robin Hoods and then it's easy mode. The thing is, like, putting things to sleep sometimes feels like the wrong thing to do. So they're gonna put that in mana. We're gonna sabotage this. We have more cards. Ooh, and we have a Council. Issa Talk. I don't want to keep the Issa Talk for later. We have nothing to sabotage. So... yeah, we'll do it over here. Make them play something over there. Okay. Well, that's not the best. But I think it's fine. Okay, so we're going to play... We're gonna... Oh, 4-3-4. The rare Brava Chaser is way bigger than I thought it would be. Okay, we're not gonna put this to sleep. I feel like this is the matchup, at least with like a very janky version of Waru, that like putting things to sleep is actually a bad idea. I don't think our 1/1/1 tokens are gonna like make the difference right now. Especially with, yeah. So they need water. We definitely can't beat their water. So we're gonna do this. We won't even get anything to sabotage. We won't move either, so we'll put it to sleep, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure they just like sped past us a little too fast. Oh. That actually helped us. They kind of wasted that card because now we can sabotage it, I think. Am I crazy? Invoke Ordis Recruit. Here. Yeah, they had, I mean, like, they were losing it one way or the other, but that was in an expedition. Like, that was public information. They should have known that was gonna happen. So that's interesting. So we have the Manitou Council and Monolith Legate again. Okay, we'll put it on the hero side. And then we will Monolith Legate first. And we're not going, we need to move because they're like ahead of us. So we need to try to make up the difference. They have another card. What could it be? Okay, I still think we do this. We're not gonna put it to sleep. I'm hoping they don't have anything, although sabotaging, no, we need to stop them from moving. Damn. Okay. They did it. But we can sabotage now, although I think it's gonna be... They don't need to do that. I guess they're trying to get mana. We are gonna move though. But no, I could, yeah, no. I was like, I thought we would have sabotaged, but it feels like it delayed popping up. So they're really playing off of 2 cards. And we have options at least, although I'm not sure it's gonna matter. We're gonna put the mono within mana because they could have like some giant thing. I'm kind of hoping they commit to, yeah, because now your other expedition. Okay, I think we have to do this. Just like hope they don't have anything. We do need to move though, which is why I'm not putting it to sleep, but they might have like a mana eruption. Yeah, that'll do it. It definitely screws us over. Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay, so they're gonna move. Okay, they need. All right. I don't think we're gonna make it, but we could certainly try. So 7, 8. Okay, we'll play Frog Prince here. It won't have us move, but who knows? Maybe they drew bad cards. That's kind of what we're betting on now. it's it's crazy. Like, so I kind of hope this shows people like it's really just the combination of Waru and Robin Hood that makes this feel so bad. If it wasn't for that combination of things, like, I actually think this deck is like fine because everything's delayed. Most of the abilities happen during dusk, so there's like a delay on things happening, and I think that makes it kind of being a control deck feel better. They need mountain. Well, we're gonna play this first just because. I don't know. They have to have something to play. Put the top card. So they're just, okay. They're waiting to see where I put something, is the impression I'm getting. So this would tie us here. But then they just play something. It would more than tie. Okay. I think they still got it, but I think that this presents more of a choice than the council. Uh, yeah. So now we're tied up. We have a lot more cards, and we need water and. All right, so we're gonna do it like this. Just stats. Here's the Robin Hood, but we're not going first, unfortunately. And it's kind of too late for the Ordis Attorney to matter, so we're just gonna put this in mana. I wish we had one more. Yeah, we don't really have the luxury of, yeah. Another character joins, you may have target character draw a card. Okay, so, interesting. We actually need to play the Robin Hood on this side, I think. This might mess them up a little bit, but I think that they have the mana and enough cards in hand to where they probably got it, because we only have a 4/4/4. If we had gone first this turn, then maybe that probably would have been big. The Robin Hood first probably would have messed up their plan a little more, but We know that this deck can win without Robin Hood and do really well without Robin Hood, but it just like it truly just makes it so much easier. But I think Robin Hood makes every Ordis deck feel easier. Okay, so they're definitely okay, so they're gonna sabotage. Okay. Yep. Alright, they got it. We needed that for mountain. I think they got it? Or yeah, they definitely do. Because they'll move twice. GG. Welcome back, everyone. Those were some One Box Brew, Waru, and Mack decks. You know, I said at the very beginning that this deck does not have my favorite playstyle, and after playing it a couple times, more times on stream, but a couple times in the YouTube version of the video, that's still true, and it's hard to explain why, but like partly it's because, at least for me and what I like in card games, it feels like the deck kind of plays itself once you get to a certain point in the match, and like your decisions matter less once you get an advantage. And that's just not something I prefer. I also said at the beginning that like it is currently, who knows what will happen in the coming weeks, arguably the best deck in the game right now. And if you want to be competitive and all you care about is winning, and that's totally fine, then like play the deck, see if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, look at tournament results and event results to see what the other top decks are and kind of like pick from them if you don't enjoy this playstyle. If you're playing for fun, this is like a very, very particular play style, and like I think if you've played other card games, you will know if you'll enjoy this before you play it. If you haven't played any card games, I think you should try it just to see. And like, I said at the beginning and I'm saying now that this isn't a deck I enjoy playing, and you might be wondering, well, why'd you play the deck? I think there's value in playing things you don't enjoy to learn how they work, because it'll make you better at playing against the deck. And also, just like every once in a while, it's okay to double check if you like something or not. And if you still don't like it, then like, hey, you're the same person you were the other day, I guess. But what would I do to kind of improve this deck from a one box deck to something a little better? This is by far the easiest deck outro recommendation section, because literally just play the bureaucrats. Like, the exact spread you should play should really be up to your discretion and like the other decks you play against, but 99% of this deck should just be bureaucrats. Even if you're not putting them to sleep, the chance to make the Ordis recruit tokens and like the effects that they offer in the game are just what the deck wants. And then play more disruption. We didn't have enough disruption, and I knew that going in. This is a deck that wants disruption. But yeah, the games were still enjoyable, even if I don't like this deck that much. But if you like it, leave a comment on the YouTube video talking about why you like it. I'm always happy to hear why I'm wrong. Definitely probably misplays in the games. It's easier to misplay when it's a playstyle that you're not used to. But hope everyone's having a good day, morning, evening, or night. YouTube, I hope you're doing well. Feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it. Thanks to everyone who stopped by to watch and lurk on the stream. And I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.